actually... Hello?
Yep.
There
Hey,
you
Dave.
are. I got you, man.
Perfect. Sorry, man. Just figured it out. I had to reconnect my headphones.
All good. So, we have a board. They
All
have
right,
just started.
sounds good. Let me just pop open the board.
Perfect. So how we can do this is we can actually stay in the VC and deafen when we want to discuss stuff, and then undeafen to listen to what they're talking about, so we get some of the VC action.
All right, so you're saying to undeafen to listen to them and then deafen to talk,
Yeah,
right?
basically. So you can be in the VC at all times, and we can kind of shuffle what we're listening to.
Sounds good. And we're live now,
We
I'm
are live,
guessing?
sir. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah. No, I was already live. I had Dylan. We just did a show with Dylan, so I was kind of warmed up. Yeah.
Nice.
So look at this board. Interesting choice already when it comes to if you're going for the ore or the wheat as first. Brick situation is quite in. That brick port's massive on the 8510.
Yeah, that is a really massive brick port. 8510 is really nice.
Mm.
I
Sheep.
think ore is,
Ooh.
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I just noticed there's only the 11 and the 2. If you don't go 695, your access to sheep's kind of could be limited here.
Yeah, I agree. And I think sheep might actually could be somewhat of a scarce resource if,
Hmm.
someone has a monopoly on it. Plentiful of ore, so.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna
I think that's fine.
settle. Yeah, 5 9 10s. Nice. EBOX
Oh,
left.
now you.
But yeah, let's take a look at our players here today, Dave. We got
Yes.
Real Crait, Blue Tiger, Winter Think, and EBOX.
Oh, they just paused it. Gives us even more time to work through it.
Yeah.
All right.
Great.
Yeah. So 4 previous champions. I believe Blue Tiger, the current defending champion.
Correct. And actually, Blue Tiger, he hails from India and
Yep.
also California, USA. He is the one and only 2-time Premier League champion.
Wow.
Uh,
Playing as Brown here, Blue Tiger. So Real Crait first, takes the 8510. There's a lot of interesting 2-1 ports on this board. I mean, the 693 is just on its own a really interesting spot, snapping up some of that ore. Wood port could do some damage here. You could have some really interesting wood monos here as well.
yeah, I love that thought process, Dave. I feel like we're already on the same wavelength. I was just about to ask you about
Yeah.
the wood port.
Yeah. There's definitely something there. There's definitely something there. Probably guaranteed brick outs. You could get something like 1149, 1092. I mean, 1092 to 62 with the wood port, sheep port might be a little slow, but you just need a wheat, right? It's actually pretty slamming. Maybe that 510 is open if 8410 happens as well. It's an amazing expansion with wood port, sheep port.
Yeah, I agree.
Hmm. And EBOX up here. I mean, EBOX has really strong fundamentals. I mean, we've been doing this Catan weekly show now we've done a 3rd episode just yesterday, and getting an insight into his play style. I mean, he really thinks a lot about the decisions he makes in Catan, which is always fun to see.
Yeah, I would say I call him. I know EBOX in real life. I met him at Canadian Nationals this year. I call him Mr. Consistent
Yeah.
because he makes the best decisions and he thinks about all the possibilities and all the outs when making important decisions in the game. So
Right.
he's a very good player.
Absolutely. And I imagine there isn't too much talking. No, there in fact isn't. We have plenty of room to discuss kind of the board and stuff. As it nears the ending of the placements, they might start hammering some interesting deals together. When it comes to placements, plows, etc., etc. Only the one starting road spot on this board, which is that 311 combo. Which is interesting, actually. The wood is almost entirely separated from the brick. It always leads to interesting decisions. Like Crait here is actually pretty unlikely to get onto wood apart from the 3, if at all, maybe.
Yeah, good call, Dave. And maybe, it's always good to pair, good brick with good wood, but at this level, at this in his setup, towards the end game, you might not even need the wood. You just use your brick port to fuel your objectives. So,
Right.
something to keep in mind for real Crait.
And the EBOX with the 4-8-3 here, taking the strong wheat. The rest of the wheat on the board is pretty negligible, and you're not gonna get it back. There aren't really many expansions. Maybe just 6-11-3 onto 11-4, but the port's pretty tricky. Not bad. I think in terms of the outs, you could be looking at one of the brick ore spots. Maybe something like the 4-11-9, maybe 8-3-4 if it's left.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that, and I think
10-9-2
EBOX
actually.
considered. Yeah, and I think EBOX considered as second position. He definitely considered your wheat scarcity comment.
Yeah.
I think the 8 wheat is going to be a huge robber placement this game. And opening that 4 wheat, that's huge for him, right?
Yeah, I think until those ports get live, the wood port, the sheep ports get activated, you can expect most likely it's going to be that shared 8, this shared 9, or whichever 2 or 3 players end up on it. Maybe the 4 as well. The 4 wheat unlikely to be blocked. The 3 wheat unlikely to be blocked early game. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We have so much wood on this board, so much wood and lots of production going towards sheep and brick as well. The blocks are not really that intuitive when it's not the 8 or the 9. Well, it should be an interesting decision.
Correct.
Boy.
And just knowing Eric as well, sorry, EBOX.
You're right.
That's what I call him, but
His birth name.
he loves the ore wheat sheep combination dev card game. But I think he probably is gravitating towards that for this matchup as well.
5-11-4 could be an interesting spot.
Exactly, yeah, the coordinated 4 wheat and ore.
Get a little 10-5 out maybe. But I mean, as third, I think it's difficult to justify not taking 6-9-5 in my opinion. So many ore outs available to you. Blue Tiger's probably not going 6-9-3, 11-4-9. Or you can get either the 8-4-3 here, the 8-4-10, the 11-10-9, the 10-9-2, 11-4-9. I'm actually it's interesting that 6-9-3 is still on the board here. 6-9-3 or 6-9-5, both super dominant spots.
Yeah, I agree, and I think probably Winters is taking his time here with 20 seconds left on the clock. I would agree with you. 6-9-5 feels a bit safer than 6-9-3. I just think the lack of wheat there to pair with the high ore just feels a bit odd.
Yeah, it's tricky. The 6-9-3 is a bit of a trap. It feels it does seem a little bit wonky. But
and he goes ahead and goes against what we just said.
Now Tiger just gets an absolutely killer setup here. 8-4-3, 5-6-9 is absurdly strong. Or even 6-9-5, 10-9-2 that we talked about before. That can still happen.
Correct. And like you said, look at his production as fourth placement, right? You usually expect a weaker setup going into the game, but 6-9-5, 8-4-3 is insane.
Yeah, massive production, huge, great efficiency, and already on a wheat board like this, getting onto the 3, starting with it, you're already 2/5 of the city in hand. You have great potential to 4-1 the wood or the sheep, and you can also just roll the ore and the wheat again. Could be some interesting trades going on here. If you're producing a lot of wood via the 8s, and Real Crait's producing a lot of wheat, and he needs the wood, there might be some trades happening there.
Correct. Do you see any other setups for Tiger here? I know Blue Tiger likes to take his time for settlements as well, but just to see other possibilities in 6-9-5, 8-4-3, something else you might consider?
6-9-5, 10-9-2 is always a consideration, I think, here, because you basically get all of the value of the 6-9-3, especially once you have the sheep port, that it essentially evens out. I mean, the 2 becomes gold, you have the 6 and the 9 ore, which is massive value, you get some brick, and the wood port on top of that. It's a great combo. I mean, you have coordinated 6s, 6-9-5 city slaps is absolutely absurd with the wood port sheep port here. It's just crazy. But at the same time, 8-4-3 gives you just natural ore, the natural wheat. A 3-1 also does fine with the sheep. So either way, you're exceptionally strong. I think 10-9-2 is a bit slower, and people will be worried about giving you the double 2-1 port combo. You probably won't lose the wood port. I'm not sure. I'm not. I think 695 has to be played either way. Beyond that, I feel like it's a matter of taste when it comes to the pacing and the trades.
And like you said, Tiger does just that, taking 695 as his fourth placement. Let's see what he takes for his the second
Right.
settlement.
And actually, I'm gonna undeafen here and see if we can get any thoughts from the thought process on the way back here. See what they come up
Yeah,
with.
sounds good.
I mean, he will get the 4-5-11 anyway.
Yeah.
I mean,
But-
8-4-3 I think is like way better for you anyways, but like 9 and 8 wood is enough wood, and like you're just balanced for depth. You're balanced for everything, man. I don't need to tell you how to play. You're a 2-time champ. I mean, it's just 8-4-3 is always better.
But it seems like
The problem
that
is
you
4
would like him to go to the 8-4-3 instead of the 8-4.
Interesting. I've just deafened out. So there is some discussion here about maybe placing defensively against EBOX. Or yeah. So EBOX clearly is looking at the 10-9-2 as a spot, which makes sense. You get best wheat, you get a bit of road building, you get incredible ore here with double wheat, double ore. I can understand why he wants it. It's probably one of his best outs on the board at this point.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see.
Once we kind of
Oh, okay, they're talking. I want to see if they come to
within
an
reason
agreement
able
here.
to control your scale up. Like I don't know how there's a plow here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just insane.
It's
Yeah,
not.
like it's just, yeah.
It
This
is
is insane.
insane.
This is
Like
insane.
great. We're
Obviously,
gonna
I would have liked him not to go on the 3.
yeah.
Because now it gets maybe blocked even. Because,
Yeah. And the 4 is gonna be blocked too. Oh my god.
He's gonna have a massive setup, man. That's why he's Blue Tiger, man. Just you know,
Hey, I wanted
it works out that way.
Okay. I've deafened out. It's funny you said that's why he's Blue Tiger. I think it's more. I mean, 695 is one of the best spots on the board, even as first when you're considering your potential outs. I think it is really, really strong. But incredible outs just all around here. Now for Winters, you got the intuitive 6-3-11, but maybe there are some combinations he could be thinking about. They're a little bit more unconventional. What do you think could be played here potentially?
Yeah, it's an interesting thought. I don't love the 693 pick as third for Winters, but given that's where he plays, there are some thoughts here. I think 6-3-11 to the 4-11, get on that ore port, get a bit more of that wheat to pair with the ore, could
Yeah.
be very playable. Play a traditional, ore wheat sheep setup.
Right.
Hopefully get largest army, and I think the coordinated sixes might be massive. You get that sheep, you get that ore. Hopefully, you have some excess ore left over, and you just buy devs.
Right.
But yeah, that's something that I would consider. Maybe he could get a bit greedy and go for 6-3-11 with the brick.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was
anticipate
thinking
anyone-
about. Is that is the only starting role that's available right now. It does give him all 5 resources, but the numbers become a bit awkward. 5, by the way, 5-10-4 is open right now, and I have a sneaking suspicion that if EBOX doesn't place defensively with either the 5-11-4 or just for some reason 5-10-4, then real Crait gets 5-10-4 with 8-5-10, and he could get to 8-10. He could expand to the 3-1 at the top and have a secured 3-1, even potential plow onto the wood port. And he's placing first. You could even know that 11-4-9 is open, 5-10-4 point left, best brick on the board, total brick control, best wheat on the board. Dangerous. Coordinated tens.
Yeah, and that's why I really enjoy and I like the 8-5-10 brick port setup.
Yeah.
Because it's unlikely someone takes your brick port away and you have all that brick to fuel. And I think mostly in these like high level Premier League games for Catan, brick kind of gets a little bit loses its value towards the end game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean
early game
that's
it's
where
really
the
strong.
2-1 port comes in. It's being able to do something with it. 6-3-11 does happen. So actually someone in chat mentioned 4-11 off the bat, 6-11-12. 6-3-11 will be interesting. He's locked into some key roles here. The 3s are absolutely game changing for him.
Yeah.
11-4, however, if you can get to 11-4, is a crazy out. really, really strong.
Couple of threes, couple of 11s, or
Yep. You get a
maybe
trade,
trade
you
or two
hustle
here
with
and
real crate maybe, get some brick. You have a lot of ore here. So now let's see. Are there any discussions happening? Because we got the final 2 placements right now, and the starting road will be important.
What are you thinking here, Crait? Like, I don't know.
Are you
Just
taking the, if you pick the 5 for 11
yeah.
and give me that brick, and I take 5-10, what would that mean?
Really great. You're just killing your game and my it doesn't help us at all. And Eric is gonna expand a lot.
Yeah, look at
And
my
if
other spot possible. 6, 11, 12, and a 9, 10,
he'll
2.
get like 5, 4,
Ah,
11, 10, 11, like best weed, best ore, best like, yeah, don't do that. I'm just
You
saying.
really said best sheep?
Oh
I,
God,
I
man.
almost told that. Yeah, I mean,
Not sure how that should be.
it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. That's why
Like,
it's not.
do you remember in the last PL final where Tiger had win in hand and I also had win in hand
Oh, Eric, remember?
the
Like
turn
I should
after
have
and he was
won.
table sunset the.
Eric,
Come on,
Eric, I should have
But I don't know, Eric.
this
I don't
guy.
know, Eric.
6-8
Like,
orbit earlier, but
like
you
I want to give you something to work with. I mean, I can go. I'm debating like 11-9-4, and I can give you 5-4-10. You can work out of that, but I don't know. I don't know if 11-9-10 is like debating that.
11-9
I
for
mean,
you think?
like I can see 9-10-11 looks really nice for me, but like it's tempting maybe for you to take it. I don't know how crazy I am to give. Like Winters has good board on the top. I wouldn't mind you maybe going 6-11-12.
Well, if you take the 9 for 11 point down, prop go to the 4-5-10, right?
Yeah. So if I go 5-4-11,
But why don't you take
just
Crait's
if you-
deal
I
to
can't
go
allow-
for
because I'm not
not
because I'm not
4-5?
sure about that deal. Not sure about that deal.
Okay,
Let Eric
yeah.
and me talk that out, please.
Yeah. Sorry.
If you take 11 for 9, Eric, and point down, I prop
Yeah.
take 4-5-10.
okay. Just don't give me heat on the 3-1 port, and I could do that.
No, 3-1 is yours.
Hmm.
I would have the other one on the 10.
And like just help me with a sheep. I've got
Yes,
or I
yes,
think
and
we'll
we have-
figure it out.
So I don't know, Eric. Like he is gonna end up with like good numbers, right? And brick fort and 3-4-1. Why do you want to give him the 5-4?
Because we both are trying to figure out how.
Like I'm
We
going
can get out of
9-4-11. He's going 5-4-10.
Yes,
Yeah,
and that's good for both of us.
Chapha, an interesting one. A deal has been made. What do you think about this?
Yeah. It's an interesting deal. I do think what Eric is, one of his proponents of his strategy is that, securing a good 3-for-1 port
Right.
allows for a lot of flexibility.
Yeah.
And he's anticipating, maybe an excess amount of wheat or 3-1 port allows him to kind of port that away. And as real Crait, I don't think he cares, to let Eric have a 3-1 port on the left side of the board because he has his own in the north.
Yeah, exactly. And EBOX does have has taken a hit in production with this setup. He's gone for potentially more efficiency. I mean, you got to expect to see some cities. This game from EBOX, he does have double or double wheat. No one on the board can boast that. Going to be very interesting. Now, Real Crait does get coordinated 10s, doubled 5 rolls. He is on the ore alongside the 8 wheat and the brick port and the 10-3-1 port and the 10-8 behind that. I think if the 10s pop off, we could have a crazy game. If the 4s pop off, EBOX will have a crazy game. Yeah, I mean, if the 3s go crazy, then it's huge for Winters, and then you get to Blue Tiger, who probably has the most balanced setup when it comes to the rolls. All that needs to happen is that you don't get plowed. Nice first roll of the game is the 2.
Always nice seeing the 2.
The
have an
2 and the
appearance
7. No cards
immediately.
produced.
Yeah. So where do you think EBOX's, main robber spot is going to be when he's moving the knight?
As EBOX, you're either going for the sheep or you're blocking. I think you can really consider the 3 wheat here. There is no other active wheat hex that you don't play, that you're not on. So you could just totally lock it down, completely restrict the production of the resource, which early game goes a long way. There's a lot of ore on the board. People want to get their settles down. People want to get devs, cities, any of that. You can shut it down with a 3 wheat block pretty much. I'm curious if there's a deal going on here. It does happen. And actually, I forgot we probably should check in once the 7 does pop for any potential extortion. Does steal from Winters. There was his 1 in 3 option to get a sheep there, but also the rare wood and brick. Pretty much perfect steals, I feel like.
Yeah, and there we go.
Ooh.
EBOX gets that wood right away.
Non-block for a non-steal. Sorry, non-steal for the wood trade. Gets a roll down to 9-10-2. Which is interesting. He goes 9-10-2, but he's expecting the 3-1 as well on the wheat port, which is big. Another 7. Well, let me actually see if I'm missing any
If
audio
I say
here.
yes, what would you do?
Okay.
I'll steal from you.
But where would you
I
block?
can ensure
If I
it. You
say
know
no,
what?
but-
Just honestly, take my. I can trade you the brick.
I need wood. and wood.
Real Crait does hit
I mean,
the
you're
roll
gonna
as well.
you're gonna roll it. Just drop
I mean,
Crait.
just block the 8 and steal from them, right?
Yeah.
I already got broken my road.
Do you have a brick, Eric?
Okay. Interesting spot where the 7s come out again. Almost nothing is being produced. Real Crait is rolled a road on the 10, which actually he's completely monopolized that roll. No one else is on the 10 yet.
And
So
pops off.
yeah,
That's massive profit for Real Crait, and everyone else
Yep.
is just kind of crying, I think.
and Blue Tiger is in a really awkward position. Yeah, Blue Tiger needs that brick because if Real Crait rolls a 5 or a 10 there, he gets the plow to Woodport. Simple as. And
Yeah.
the 9 rolls. Okay.
Tell me what can I do?
Okay.
It's
I
like a
didn't.
really interesting board.
I
and
just wanted to build
just
my
at
one
initial
road, but I got
glance, I'm starting to like Eric's and EBOX's setup a bit more and more. I think the 10-9-2 is a good expansion to get on that 10 brick and get a little bit of sheep. But I
Oh.
think he's probably the only one playing road.
EBOX got 2 non-blocks from Blue Tiger for the wood to give the brick there.
Oh wow.
Now that's big because Blue Tiger's blocks on this board realistically, the 9 ore and the 8 wheat are looking very solid.
Mhm.
Even the 3 wood isn't a terrible block. I mean, you control most of the wood as well. Interesting. Crait drops rolled to the brick port, the big block on that 8. Okay.
Yeah, and I think that road makes sense, right? Like you want to get your brick port started right away.
Yeah. Another 7 rolls. Let's see, any extortion business.
I'm all
I
over.
don't have
I'm all
neither.
over.
Weed.
Yeah, I'm all over. You can hit me
You
though.
have the only weed.
EBOX has 3 ore in hand. Okay.
Hits a
close to
5
settling
keep
anyways.
steal.
That's good block. Good block, Rob. Tiger. It's probably balanced.
Wait,
Tiger,
wait,
would you give
Tiger.
me the weed for
No, man.
like
Wheat is-
anything that I steal?
I need brick. If you have a brick, I can trade it.
No, I need brick as well. But
Then sorry, yeah, go for it. And you know I have
like
to.
if
know-
I steal from Crait and get a brick, I think he has.
Sure,
Dude,
yeah,
I don't
do
have
it.
brick. I don't have brick. I
Steal a
don't have
brick, I'll
brick.
do it.
Yeah,
I
Real Crait
settled,
spent
I
his brick.
settled first on the 10-5-8. I don't have a brick left.
So you don't.
There was one brick roll and I used it.
This.
Oh, you got the weed.
Wow.
Magic.
Okay. That's a big development actually for Blue Tiger's game.
Yep. The wheat is now gone from his hand.
The wheat is now gone, and in fact, so EBOX traded the ore for the wood, then he gets the ore back for the brick. Interesting. So that happened before. Now Blue Tiger has been hit, so he's lost. Essentially, he's lost the ore that he benefited from giving the wood before. He's lost his starting wheat, which is huge on this board. That makes a big difference for his speed of expansion here. That's big. He might actually have to full 1.
Yeah. And
Pretty.
right away we see, Winters and THinK immediately spend that wheat and
Yep.
says, I'm going to use it for my dev card.
I don't want to get robbed for it, and I've got to buy devs anyway, basically, for my game. So he does it. Buys dev, 6 pops immediately, massive, 4 block comes through. Also big, EBOX has wheat on the board. And another wheat, from what we know about EBOX's hand right now, he's got 3 ore, so a 4 and 8 is just a city. Which
Yeah.
is big. And we actually did a class on city, we did a show on city quality just this weekend, so I know he's got it fresh in his mind. He's been thinking about it. We went into the details, so...
And we'll talk about city quality right now. Actually, if you were EBOX,
Right.
which would you city first?
That's just what I was thinking. It's tricky, but I think if you're talking ratios, most of the time, 11-4-9 I feel like is more consistent. Oh, we have a limited time on the Zoom call. Nice. We'll have to start a new one. Another 7 from Winters. I think 11-4-9 generally makes sense. It's unfortunate because neither of the cities have very high production. 4-8-3 gives you potential wheat trades, but on this board, long term, you're going to get robbed for the wheat, and there's no way around that really. It is a 1 in 4 for a wheat steal from EBOX here.
Yeah. I mean, I think
No, it's too good for me.
Winters is probably going to put it back. Oh,
Ooh.
I guess he has a non-block deal.
Let's see if there's a non-block. Yeah. Trying to.
One sheep. Yeah, I think you'll steal it and give it to him anyway.
Okay. So Winters hits the 5 sheep.
One ore.
No wheat.
No wheat.
One
You don't
ore
have
and one wood.
Yeah, ore
I
and
don't
wood.
have wood. I don't have wood. Dudes,
Oh.
if you speculate like that, Tiger, please.
Like Tiger scales up quicker, I think.
What that?
I think he has 2
What
ores.
that thing? Why do you
What
want
do
to
you
ship
mean?
on me?
I think your position is not bad. You're on the 5.
It's right in
wait,
Tigers,
five,
look at his
four,
numbers.
10.
Wait, you have all 5 numbers.
EB, let's go.
You're not road building 10-9-2 or something, are you?
That doesn't matter, even if I would do that. You said you will give me the wheat.
I mean, I can just walk away from it, but
Oh.
I mean, I'm gonna trust you're not gonna do that. But
Oh.
I mean, if you do it, there you go. Just keep popping. Pop.
Okay, I'm out. But imagine the content.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
That could have been it.
I think,
That could have been it.
yeah, I do think though Winters would probably want to just road build to the 411. No.
Yeah, I mean 10-9-2 is an interesting one. You do have pretty low brick. There is more wood on the board generally. It's an awkward one. I think on the one hand, it's also what you take away from EBOX. On the other hand, 11-4 probably a better aggressive settlement. It just helps you to speed up your game.
Mm-hmm.
What 10-9-2 does is it opens up 6-2, pretty much locked. Don't know if it would be worth sacrificing the 11-4. You only get so many road builders in a game, so
Yeah, there's only 2.
yeah. Okay, Rolls puts it onto the 7. Now
Onto
EBOX
3.
did give the wheat.
Yep. I think Real Crait moved it to the 3 wheat actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Like
not
if
a
there's
bad-
no weed on the
But
board,
Dave,
I don't think
like, if you were like, we're spectators and commentators of this game.
Yeah.
If you were looking at this board right now, who would you say is in the lead?
Chapha, it's like we're thinking in unison, man. I've been thinking about that in the back of my head as well. So yeah, this is an interesting one because I think conventionally, you gotta back Real Crait setup. Just at face value for a normal Catan player, his setup is just strong. You got all 5 resources. You have a pretty reasonable balance. You have some decent port outs. You have some space to expand into. So, just looking at it face value, this is probably the most conventional setup on the board. However, then you get slightly deeper into the meta and you go, okay, then we have Winters, who's playing essentially all wheat sheep, feast or famine roles, slightly wonky production, but he is trying to really push the all wheat sheep game, and that has its own strength. There is not really any all wheat sheep competition at this stage in the game. You can argue Blue Tiger long term, but again, going even further into the meta, then we have Blue Tiger and EBOX, who are both playing slightly more unconventional setups. EBOX is going completely sheepless off the bat, very low wood and brick, high wheat and ore, and Blue Tiger going brickless at the beginning, but opting for a really strong port strategy, and he has, without a doubt, the strongest 2-1 port that is available to any of the players right now. Huge potential for that wood port, and as well, monos, all of it. So it's a tricky one because everyone has their own strengths on this board, and they're all playing very different games. It's going to come down to some win conditions here. Who ends up with army, who ends up with road. This is really tough. I think that probably Winters is at a slight disadvantage here, just because of you do kind of need a role builder. You do need a settlement spot. 6, 11, 12 is okay, but if the 12 doesn't roll, you could be in a similar position long term. It's tricky. Blue Tiger scales like crazy. Crait has amazing cities. EBOX, yeah, EBOX has an interesting one. I think EBOX and Winters, I think, marginally weaker would be my original impression. I don't know. I think if the 4s aren't rolling, it's tough. How do you see it?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think, Winters and EBOX are kind of a bit reliant on the 4 or the 6 rolling to get their game going. As I say that, the 6 sheep and or pop off.
Yeah.
But I do say, I think, it's actually, Winters, I think, is probably in 4th place at the moment, in last place. But I think that's also a common strategy at this level. You want to play possum a little bit. You want to hide. You want to, look weak, but then you scale better and you get strong throughout the game. I think right now my pick would be between Real Crait or Tire setup.
Yeah.
I do like the wood port. That's 9 points of wood to port for whatever your game.
And then you double the 8, so you have the 8 and the 9 gold, and the 6 and the 5 sheep are also very portable for you.
Correct.
And you do, as Blue Tiger, you have the best sheep on the board, which is generally not a hugely significant accomplishment, but in this situation, there's only the 6 and the 5 that are active. There is no other sheep on the board, so you do have some kind of control over that, and you do know that when it comes to buying devs, either people are porting or they're going to need to trade with you.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be interesting. EBOX is always going to be a trade partner for Blue Tiger here. He is producing brick and an extra ore and wheat, so it's a good balance.
I agree, and like we said earlier on the class on city quality, Blue Tiger's city quality will be amazing.
Yeah, both incredible cities, and actually worth discussing which you would go for first. However, I think after Woodport, you pretty much always have to go 483 city. Because you've already doubled the 9.
Ore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you double the ore, you double your wheat, which is game changing. Such impactful rolls on your game, and also the 8 becomes a free
Triple.
card, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a free card and a half once you
have the wood port, the 3/1, yeah. 10-8 also potential massive out. I mean, if devs are being pulled or just the rolls for it. Yeah, Blue Tiger scales like just bonkers. It's nuts.
Yeah.
So there was a big 7 out there.
Yeah, and it's crazy though, because I think, even if you city the 695 first, you can leverage the additional sheep for trading, which isn't terrible. I think EBOX, like you said, will need the sheep. Maybe, it's probably just EBOX needing the sheep, so leverage some trades with him.
For sure. And the wheat rolls. In fact, I want to...
You don't have the wood, do you?
No.
I'm trying to see if I can catch any trades.
That's
I'm actually going to get some
idea.
water real quick. I'll leave the VC on.
Covering it too. You wanna
It just leaves me. It just leaves me jammed. Like I've got. It
You're
just
on the phone
like
to
I'm one off from a settle, but I need the wood. I can give you something back for it if you would help me settle.
Okay.
I don't think I can do it.
No. Alright.
Yeah. Okay. Man, these 6s.
Yeah, and
figures.
just as did get some water here. Just to run through the players.
Didn't Winter
real quick.
7 out?
Real Crait. All these players here are former or current Premier League champions, which is the top of the top elite level of online Catan. Real Crait is a 2018 World finalist. I believe he finished 4th at the table on the World Championships.
Famously had that video made by Delighted about his game.
Yeah, exactly. And then Blue Tiger, he's a online Catan boss, 2-time Premier League champion, the only one right now. Winters hails from Germany, I believe, and he's also won many championships, including a Premier League title. EBOX hailing from Canada. Doesn't live that far from me, actually. And he's also a Premier League champion, a multiple-time online Catan boss, too. So he's a very, very tough table.
Yeah, this is just an absolutely stacked lobby to start off the PC, the PL season. Sheesh. Okay, Winter's 4-1s all for a wheat. What's going on here? Is there a yup?
40 for the wheat. But
Yeah,
I
if I
don't
give
think you don't
him
have
the
the brick. You
wheat
don't.
for
Yeah.
2 brick.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
getting busy.
Okay.
The road settled then? Yeah.
Okay, I can give you 1 brick for that. I'm on the 8. That's not.
1 brick.
I can give you
no.
1 brick.
Okay.
What do you need, Tiger?
I need a
Wheat,
wheat.
obviously.
Yeah.
Anyone got sheep to trade?
Yeah.
I have
you
1
a
sheep,
wheat.
but I only do it for brick. Or
I'm just
for
really
wheat.
concerned get him on the port. I think
Yes.
Crait, we're gonna be collateral damage on the 8 until we're out of the game, and then it's gonna be Tiger and Nick.
Yep.
I just don't think you guys slow it down.
I mean, Crait
The A
also have.
block is
All right.
the A block is
I-
really
I
good
don't know,
until we're out of the game.
You're trying to downplay like a real Crait setup. I don't understand that. Like he has all 5 resources.
Like he doesn't
And
have great numbers. I don't love his numbers.
What do
He's
you
got
mean
4
great
numbers.
numbers? He has the 5 and 10 with the brick.
You've
4.
got
the
6
5 and the
numbers.
10.
You've got
Come on. 5, 10, 4, 8. That's nothing.
What do you mean?
Oh,
I
that's
Yeah.
think you're on the
nothing.
best
And
position,
production,
Crait.
right?
Just saying.
Diversity, I understand, but the production is pretty much the same thing. I don't understand. You have the
I
body.
think we gotta slow it down.
Big 11. Okay.
That 11 is huge.
Massive 11 for the board. Yeah. So some discussion going on about Crait versus Blue Tiger's position. They're pretty comparable in terms of they're both getting a nice 2-1 port. On the one hand, Crait does have the ore as well as the 2-1 resource. He does have the better wheat to go with it. But Tiger has a lot of potential, and it's a close one. Honestly, I'm really trying to figure out what the primary differences are here. They have a lot of similar numbers. Those 8s and 5s seem pretty key.
Yeah. I just think it's so interesting between those two. You know, they haven't settled yet, neither of them.
Yeah.
They haven't bought a dev, I believe.
Yeah.
And you know, it's hard to buy a dev in their position, especially Blue Tiger at the moment.
Do you see this trade
Winters
Crait
already
is
has bought-
offering?
Yeah, I know. 1 wheat in
Wow.
exchange for 1 brick, 2 sheep of his own.
Yeah. He's
Insane
really
deal.
trying to hustle it. And he passes on 7. Here we go. EBOX 7's out. Oh boy, here we go. I gotta listen to this.
Yeah. Unless you're trading a wood. Is someone trading a wood?
He wants a wood.
I can trade a word, but like, I'll do it
plays
for a
faster.
non-block.
I'm on
Yeah.
the same 3 as you.
Gets a wood from Tiger.
For non-block, dude.
Block the 6. It's coordinated towards not
Just
hard.
dropped ore 4.
It doesn't matter. He's gonna move it, right? Like, why not the 6-4?
Okay. True story.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, just thinking.
Okay.
Guess his wood.
I don't get that actually. I mean, Blue
Well,
Tiger
we'll
has,
see.
has
Well,
a
I'm getting my-
settlement in hand. And
I
you
don't
I mean,
have
I'm
a.
getting.
I don't
I'm
have
getting
nothing
a.
in
my.
hand. You have a wheat in hand. You have a brick
Trade,
in hand.
getting-
trade is
just
closer
keep
to
the
settling
sheep.
than me, so.
What do you
So-
get from him,
Hmm?
EB?
I get settled. I'm settled.
And I
with
give
this.
my only word, like, so. I'm so far from
Yeah,
it.
and you will never get a wood back. That's for sure.
Wait, is this Winters talking?
Yes.
You already have a night played with 2 devs and you're complaining about my setup and my position. Come on, man.
All right. Developments. 1092
Yeah.
exists.
Yep. There we go.
More brick.
Yeah.
A little bit of sheep. A little bit.
Yeah, who knows if the 2 will hit again, but it could.
It was the first roll of the game. Poetically, it might be the final one.
Yeah.
We'll see now. So EBOX does intend for the 3-1 port, and I assume he'll go for it next. But what happens in between that? That's the question, you know, because EBOX, we talked specifically about this on the show. EBOX really likes to have some kind of port in place when dropping the city, and And that makes sense, especially when you have production like this, which could end up going very lopsided. Already is a little bit, and it could get worse.
Yeah, it's quite interesting, and I think EBOX next objective should be City, just to kind of increase that production a little bit. Maybe it's a 3-1. I just think he might be falling behind a bit, because I don't think he's going to get Army, because Winters is one away.
Winters dropped the roll to the 3. That's big.
Yeah, it is big. I just think he assures himself that Blue Tiger's probably going to settle on the Woodport first.
Yep.
And that Winters will win the race there. So.
Yeah, and that the brick. I mean, realistically, Blue Tiger is not going to get fed. Nor does he really have incentive to go to this 3 wheat at this point.
Yeah, he
seems a pretty safe expansion, and 6, 11, 12 behind that. Now that starts to make more sense. You have some nice outs behind that. You could still go 11, 4. You could go straight up 6, 11, 12. You could even look at the 6, 2. Starts to get interesting here. Sheep for wheat with EBOX. The sheep that EBOX does desperately need on this board. Potentially enables EBOX to dev in this position. And the nice thing about EBOX's setup is that having to trade for a sheep, out of all things, going forward, if you want to buy devs, getting sheep trade generally is pretty reasonable. It's not as super expensive. Yeah, he doesn't need to port anything too aggressively. The 6 of the 5 pops, you can fill in the slot for Winters. You can do the wheat for sheep at any time, basically. Blue Tiger's always going to be looking to offer wood or sheep again for the wheat in this position, and both of those trades are really good for EBOX. So he's definitely carved out a niche for himself on this board. He needs to make the most of it, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And just looking at his setup right now, just to talk a bit more about EBOX, and we'll move on to a different player.
Sure.
If EBOX does get into the lead, I think his setup is really it's unblockable, really.
Yeah.
You block the 8 wheat, he doesn't care. He has a 4 wheat open, and conversely, the 4 ore and the 9 ore open.
The 4, wow, big 11.
Yeah. He just has those options. It's hard to block him.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, Winter's going all for wood. How much ore does Blue Tiger actually want here? Yeah, before getting the wood port settled down, that's the question.
Yeah.
All for wood. The wood is definitely valuable here, and the 10s have not popped that much. Crait is not dropping as many rolls as he might have hoped. Either way, Brickport is active, so that exists. People are starting to get their first expansion down.
Very excited, and Crait has a down dev, EBOX has a down dev now, and we know Winters has that hidden develop.
And already 2 nights played.
Well.
2 nights played, which is, I mean, you kind of need to get that secured as Winters here. Playing without Army is going to be a brutal game. Really, truly.
Difficult.
Yeah. Let's see. Any
business? And you're not allowing me
to
3 for 1, right? I need that 3 for 1.
How should I build?
So here we get that ore for wood trade.
There you go. That could be
Tiger.
An incoming 5 points.
That's
incoming
right.
5 points.
Another 4 block.
Really good.
Big expansion. Okay, coordinated 4, but the block comes through again. Wow, EBOX missing out on cities here, man. Sheesh.
That is unfortunate.
Now the question if he wants to actually unblock the 4 though. It is a great roll for him, but he also has the 9.
And another 11.
Another 11. Yeah, so where's the wood coming from? That's the question.
From Tiger, I guess.
Yeah. So Blue Tiger also got the settle down on the wood port. Everybody has activated their first expansion, which is interesting. 3 of them are with ports. One of them, EBOX, is a 3 hex settle that adds 2 new numbers, a new resource, and access to 2 more 2 hexes. It's quite interesting now. So EBOX choosing to upgrade his production over going for the early efficiency, whereas the other way around, Winters activated the 3 is an incredible roll for him on this board. It's just exceptional. Getting the wood and the doubled wheat is amazing. The 6 is already really strong. And you can start porting that sheep as well. Hitting a lot of 6s, you get a wheat trade, port the sheep, city, boom.
That 3 wheat, once that hits, He's gonna be happy, cruising.
Yeah,
He'll
for
have-
sure.
He should have a city by then.
Ooh, the
You know, when
6
3
after
hits.
the 10, Coordination City. Here we go. Another 10 for Real Crate. 2 rolls in hand.
Wow.
That's
Here we
big.
go.
That's big. Now in this position, you could theoretically lock EBOX away from the 3-1, but they have made an agreement. So I think the question is whether you actually want to drop these rolls now to maybe the 10-8. Is there incentive to do that? Do you want to build to the 5-2?
Yeah, I think the 5-2 is just a weaker play. I
Yeah.
wouldn't consider that heavily. 10-8 is fine. I guess there is a world where you don't plop down the 2 roads. You try to sell,
Yeah.
you know, one of the woods or one of the bricks.
Yeah,
but
yeah, it's
I don't
tricky
mind
with 2
10-8.
rolls though. Getting down the 10-8 makes your rolls very interesting on this board.
Yeah.
Especially if you city 8-5-10 and you probably, I think you do. I think 8-5-10 just kind of does everything you need it to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's my impression. You're going to double the 10 on the 3-1 anyway. So then you get some really nice balance. Actually, you start hitting 10s when they're both doubled and you're dropping double rolls. You're making road play. Blue Tiger, for example, does not really have a road play here, unless 6-11-12 happens. In fact, the road play overall, here we go. That it happens. Interesting.
Yeah, so he does plop down the 2 roads.
Secure some space for himself, and honestly, on a board like this where it's not obvious that anyone is clearly a dominant road player, I like this because it secures some space for Real Crate. You are setting yourself up for a road play potentially. He does have the down dev. And emptying the hand. 0 card meta, love to see it. He's not getting robbed from no matter what, you can't be extorted. The wood is money. And I think in this position, EBOX would always be looking to take the wood up to rolling 2 10s.
Yep.
Let's see. Goes on the
He
3.
goes on to a 3. Makes sense.
And Winters does have sheep ore in hand. Not bad steals for EBOX at all.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what devs EBOX has.
Yeah, 2 devs here is
Ideally,
pretty
I think
huge.
he probably wants VPs, right?
Ooh, the 9. Okay. Big 3
Ooh, and the
block.
3.
Wow. And that's a big 3 roll for, for Winters it's pretty nice. And for EBOX it's huge. Getting onto that
You're a
3-1
psychic.
port, doubling the 8. Man. The 11. Whoa. We got some big rolls going through. EBOX on 10 cards.
Yeah, it's already back to his turn, too.
Yeah. No one has had anything. Everyone's way too broke to deal with this. He rolls the 8 pops. Okay, is that a city? He has the
Wow.
wheat.
It should be a city.
This should be a city.
The 4 wheat from earlier. Oh, he's going to road settle, maybe. With
Does
the
he have
20?
it? There is security here. A promise from Real Crate. Real Crate also on 1 card. The probability of getting plowed to by Real Crate is at least this orbit essentially 0.
Yeah, and they made a deal for the port, and I think, you know, knowing Real Crate and played with them many times,
Yeah.
I think he would honor that deal.
I think so too. And well, considering that in this position, you would need 2 5s or 2 10s or something to enable the Yop to road settle, to plow and break your own deal. I think EBOX probably not. Real Crate probably not incentivized to do that. Very inefficient Yop as well.
Yep, agreed.
So EBOX, what is the thought process here?
What do you?
They're
do
talking.
you want
Again,
to
I'm just looking to
He
get a
wants to
settle
s-
down.
he wants to settle,
I'm just trying
okay.
to rebalance my hand and settle. I can give some
Okay.
cards for
He
that.
does. It turns
if
out
gets
he
me
doesn't want to
settle.
city before settling,
Okay,
which
I can do-
interesting.
Like if I can give you a brick,
I don't need break the 11 roll then. What's the same
Alright.
number?
I can give you a war. I mean, yeah, no, you,
I
you
mean,
just
look at
pulled
my
the 9.
setup. I need
I know.
weeds.
Yeah.
That's
I
fine.
can trade it, but
I
I
need multiple weeds.
yeah.
Hmm.
Like if I give you a saddle, it's much better than
Yeah.
any wheat can be for me. And I also need wood because I am also on the free. So.
Just do that.
Just the city. Okay. And the 4 pops.
Alright.
Wow. EBOX is cooking. Here we go. 2 devs in hand
Yep.
as well. Winters drops the roll and the 9 pops. Oh,
Lord.
boy. Those are some big rolls. EBOX back to 10 cards. He's got 2 more rolls. Are you kidding me?
And he just city, too.
He just citied. And he's got 2 down devs. Unblocked, unchallenged. All the wheat production. Most of the ore production. A heavy city to have on the board here.
Very.
Interesting. And the immediate payoff for sitting 4, 11, 9, the coordinated 4 does come through. And then the 9, all of a sudden he's got 5 ore in hand, or even more. Bonkers. I mean, even another 9 at this point, I believe, yeah, a 9 just gives you a city, just 4 on the ore. So crazy.
Yeah.
Well, and that's assuming he
Crazy.
doesn't have extra wheat in hand, which I don't actually know. I haven't tracked that. Wow, 483
now-
city happens. We talked about this.
Yep. And there we go. And Tiger's off to the races. And I think,
Yeah.
Dave, this is where we really see the game start to progress quicker.
Yeah, this is a very, very interesting mid game to enter, and Real Crait will probably be feeling like he's a bit behind. Potentially Winters also production wise. You see 2 fat cities drop here, and both of them lead to more cities, more devs. Difficult game now because Crait really needs to find a way to get some points on the board. He might not be able to drop a city for a while.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. And just looking at the 4 ore particularly, we have EBOX, Tiger, and Real Crait triple sharing this 4
Such a
ore,
terrifying roll. Even as blue, you don't really want the 4 to roll that much.
unless he has a city, but he doesn't
Right,
yet.
right. And at that point, it starts to just create more cities for EBOX. Once 843 cities up, the 4 roll is just catastrophic. Yeah, this can go sideways very quickly depending on EBOX's devs as well.
Yeah, and this trade that Crait is proposing now, 1 sheep for a wheat and an ore, he really wants a city. That's a desperate call for a city.
That is offering Road Settle to Blue Tiger, it looks like.
Like 4-1 and just settle.
Yeah, I
right?
can't do
Wanna
stuff
settle.
like that because I don't know how it works.
Yeah,
so-
this trade might be directed.
You
to
don't know?
EBOX, actually, he has cards in hand.
Sorry, Real Crazy said the reason that trade was that was a mistake. I don't know how to do them. It seems that, in fact, what he just wanted was a 1-for-1, huh? So offering potential trade for a city here, sheep for wheat, or who is incentivized to do this? Who wants the sheep? Is this a trade with EBOX?
It's with EBOX.
Wow.
Yep, EBOX has the cards. EBOX wants that sheep. The brick is handy. They're extra filler cards.
Do we have any listeners in chat who knows if there was a deal on top of that?
What was that?
Yeah.
Okay, now Real Crate needs a city. This is a
But
fun
this,
decision.
right?
Where
Yeah.
do you go?
What is he?
Yeah,
Oh, they're doing for
almost
time.
done.
They're trading for time.
What was the
Ah,
first
okay.
trade?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was
Extended
like
timer.
this
I can trade you
one was
the.
first
I
one?
can do
Back to
the.
30 seconds
I can
now.
do
And
that.
this is a
Sheep
trade
for
that-
wheat or with EBOX. Wow. So it gives EBOX
It
another
goes down.
city.
Insurance.
Yep,
Yeah.
it goes down.
I think he has
So
a
this is a
7.
city in the 4-5-10.
Yeah, it's good.
Maybe the 8-5-10. I think I would
Knowing
go for-
knowing KOC, I imagine 5-10-4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because generally there is a bit more of a culture of
City?
taking a city that allows you to be less
Yeah.
blockable and to
Yeah,
create more
there you
flexibility
go.
of rolls.
There you go.
hmm
Yeah.
Fives would become fives already coordinated.
Yeah.
But if you want to get on that
Yeah.
4 party, it's interesting. This is not an easy decision
Don't you
though.
think, guys,
8-5-10
I'm falling behind
does a lot.
even though I have 2 knights played?
You're falling
The only
behind
thing I
us.
think
Yeah,
with
we
8-5-10
need
city
to
is
help
that
you
your
get
5
knights.
brick
Yeah.
becomes really blockable.
Hmm.
And you don't need 2 wheat usually. You just need 1 for crate setup. I think the 4-5-10 doubles your wood production to match your brick
Right.
port at the bottom. So I think it's 4-5-10.
Hi. It's an interesting one. You're creating more gold, you create better, kind of more explosive rolls in the 8-5-10, but the 5-10-4 is balanced and gives you the ore to go with it.
Yeah, and there we go. That's what
EBOX
he
7's
rolled.
out. Well. Okay, let's see if there's any discussion here.
Points, I guess. 4 points.
Told you I
Leader.
could have done it, but I just don't know how that stuff works. I'm too old school.
This is actually
Too
bad.
old school. Yeah.
Mm.
guess so,
EBOX
eh?
hold city, it looks like.
Alright,
Sorry about
Tiger,
that.
can I just
Get what?
This one a wood. Just think put the road down. He's got wood.
Yeah, weed.
No, I don't.
What do you have then?
Garbage. I
Why
Probably
don't
be
you
an-
just block him?
yeah.
Where do you think to block? Like,
Alright,
Crait has no
let's-
cards.
Yeah.
I'm
Why would you say that?
far
Winter?
behind.
And
Make
you
him
shouldn't
still
steal from Winters, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying that.
Okay. There was some discussion of needing to get knights for winters here, which makes sense. Don't want to
Yeah.
get in a nasty position there where someone who shouldn't be on army is getting army. And I think that person could potentially be EBOX. Depending, clearly, at least it seems that Winters has a non-knight here. Interesting position. He's very far ahead, so he's not really in a rush to play the dev as such, but he also didn't unblock the 3, which was a very key roll that to miss.
Yeah.
Let's see. So EBOX trades 2 ore for a wood and then passes and then rolls a 3.
Man.
Wow.
Oh Lord. That
Wow. EBOX gives 2 ore for a wood with Blue Tiger. Now that's really scary, because an 8 or a 9 is another city for Blue Tiger here, and then you really start to have problems. That gets very, very dangerous.
EBOX just trade for a wood, and then you
Yeah,
can't
and then he
predict
rolls it.
Yeah, you can't predict it, but
No. I'm surprised he got hustled for 2 there. Blue Tiger, yeah, Blue Tiger, I suppose in Blue Tiger's position, you don't really need to do 1-for-1s when you're getting extorted forward.
yeah, and I think maybe EBOX is thinking on the other perspective is that, yeah, I am giving 2 ore for Tiger, but right now he's behind on the army race. His win condition is a little bit,
Actually, that may
unclear.
have also been that he stole an ore from Tiger. And then said, okay, so I'll give you this and the one from me to take the wood back.
Yeah, fair. Could be.
So, Blue Tiger does have 2 ore, at least 2 ore, 2 wheat. They just rolled sheep. What was there before? I think the 5 also rolled. Yeah, Blue Tiger has 2 devs in hand. Oh, and he does City 695. The 9 rolls.
Roll.
Oh boy.
Immediate payoff.
Immediate payoff. Blue Tiger is so stacked here.
And now Tiger can just
Eric, let's not
really
race to the
settle on
3 for 1. You take
pop,
8,
pop,
10,
pop,
I'll take.
buy some dev cards. Maybe the wood comes in abundance, and you go for road.
The 2.
But he has some options.
The 2. Insane roll for EBOX here. He should get the settle down. There might even be settle city.
Yeah.
2 is a big roll for
Maybe
EBOX.
Even depending on his devs, could be settle dev.
Yeah, I'd like to see settle dev. Yeah. With the port as well. He might just actually have it, depending on. Because he gave away ore last time.
Yeah, I'm not super tracking cards right now. So.
Terrifying city I mean, this is such a scary setup to be against. Just looking at Blue Tiger, the 9 is just a rolled. With 3-1, it's a force to be reckoned with.
Yep. So you can start porting that sheep too. Yeah.
Yep.
I need I need an ore. I mean, that's what I need. Or I can get a wheat. I can get a couple cards.
Amazing.
I'm 4-1 ore to get the settle.
If he's able to settle on the wood port and 3 for 1, like his game is, he doesn't need he doesn't need others to complete his objectives.
Yeah.
Love to get wheat. You want to trade me wheat?
EBOX
Like
is
I can do it that
talking.
way.
What's going on here?
Let's see.
You mean you city settle?
No, I don't. I don't have city settle.
Yeah, but
I'm
why
stuck.
don't you?
have-
What is missing? Is the wheat missing?
I have wheat. Wheat is missing. Yeah.
How?
It's 7
Yes,
yeah.
and you 4-for-1, and you still will have 7 cards in your hand. So you have 3 cards more.
Yeah.
So you are settling and deving.
I know this is crazy, but isn't it better to leave him stuck like this?
Yes, let him be
Of
stuck.
course, yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought maybe I can get something out of it.
Get
but
something
Yeah,
out
I
of
can.
it.
I
Yeah,
can
like-
give you
I
something,
cannot-
man. What do you want?
That's
Like,
not
I
enough.
mean,
I need
like,
4
okay,
cards
this is
for a
good,
week,
man.
because I only
Hey,
do 4
time.
No,
Just
I
trade for time.
can't. I can't.
Well,
Okay, sorry. Do it again.
like,
Something.
well, fuck, like,
Shit.
well, now I just spent the road, like,
Okay.
because I
It's
didn't
not
want to
good.
time out.
I think delaying
I'm
your
sorry,
3
I already clicked X, so I couldn't extend. I'm sorry. I can extend if you want.
Well, like, I don't have anything now because I had to burn a road. I can't really give you
For
any.
time.
Okay, fine for time.
trade it back, you get 20 more seconds.
Yeah, like, I mean, I can. If you want to give wheat, I can give, a couple cards to do that. I can toss another card in. I can port you a card if I
No,
give me the
I don't
3-1.
want that, man. That's just for
You're-
time again. You have to give me the wheat. Oh, what was it? You get 2 sheep from me for or wheat, I think. No, I'm not sure what it was.
No, you need to
Yeah,
get,
it was.
You need to get 2 cards back.
Yeah.
No, you
something
need to
like
do
that.
No, you
Alright.
gave a card
And then a
right now,
2
right?
for 2. Huh.
Yeah, I've got an extra sheep. Actually,
No.
wait,
Yeah.
I'm still behind one, but like,
Yeah.
like it's a little bit insurance. Like I wouldn't mind. Well, I think this covers it off.
No,
Oh,
wait.
sorry.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. You're back to a square one now.
No,
Yeah.
but I haven't had sheep, so I think it's sheep for ore now.
Yeah.
You could
That's
fall
where
for
it's
on the ore now.
Oh boy, there's a deep trade going on here. Man, oh man.
Yeah. I think it made it seem like EBOX didn't want to use the road, but I think that's his other safe expansion spot anyways.
Right,
But
yeah.
he obviously would prefer to do it later than plopping the road now.
Does get the settle down.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah. And Winters takes army. Alright. EBOX on 5 with 2 down devs. In fact, I gotta hear if there's any arguments being made here.
Yeah, I
Between
think
4
with
and 8,
EBOX. I think it's between
Yeah.
EBOX and Tiger at the moment.
Yeah.
Unless Crait hits some of his rolls, I think it's fine for now, but gotta see what EBOX has for his devs.
100%. As Winters here, what do you block? I think 8 wheat is reasonable, but Blue Tiger,
The 4 is fine too.
yeah, 4's a fantastic block.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And now it probably does. He stole from EBOX.
Yeah.
So now if it's going on the 8, you're hitting Crait.
And that sucks if you're Crait
Yeah.
because you're getting hit by collateral.
Yeah. The 5 sheep, not a bad block here.
Yeah, I guess. I just think you
It's
gotta.
not great on Blue Tiger.
I think you have to kind of hold down maybe EBOX for another turn,
Mm,
but because Tiger hasn't bought any devs yet.
right. In this position, I don't know. If you want to see devs, you got to block the 8 wheat, I guess. Yep.
Yeah,
Crait
he
hits.
does that.
Gets hit here.
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
Oh, it does
Ooh,
matter
so
for me.
Winters
no, but 6, I
potentially
think
at
it's
7
kind of-
points
I
with
lost the
showing
cap
6 points
so-
on the board and one.
No,
hidden
that is true,
development
but-
card.
Okay,
Hidden
so
victory point.
yep, big 5 for Crait. Winters could be at 7 here.
Correct.
Yep. Is this a tournament? Well, I mean, I guess, yeah. It's King of Catan.
Yeah, this is basically a tournament. This is an invite-only tournament for the proven competitors that have proven themselves online.
The best
Or
that
in
Catan
real
has to
life.
offer.
Yep,
Say
the
that.
best. Yep, the Premier League, if you will.
It is called the Premier League. Yep. So these are probably four of the all-time greats within that server. Extremely capable players. So yeah, we're watching their first game of this season. Yeah. Interesting. Now, how does Blue Tiger take this further? Because he's got the fantastic production, he's got the port, but how do you win? You know, that's really a
Yeah.
question. He's gonna need some VPs. He's gonna need to get on that 8.
I think he's going to need at least one VP to win this game, and I think Army isn't out of the question, but he has to start soon. I think it's likely a build to 10,
Yeah.
which means he's building 10 points on the board actually,
Port for a brick.
without Road or Army. Yeah,
3-1's huge.
that. Yep. And
The
that's
more
the
time
move.
you have on the board here as Tiger, the better, really.
I really do think here, Dave, that I think Crait and EBOX could be getting into a longest road battle eventually.
Yeah, I mean the question is whether oh wow, and Crait has actually slow played this night. He's held this for quite a while.
Saving it for
Yeah.
the right. Yep. For the 8.
Right. So road play from EBOX. I mean, if he wants to go for the connect, he'll probably have to port a fair amount, or pull a dev for it. Not an easy connect. It's not cheap. So the road game, maybe the table ends up just feeding it to Crait, and they say, okay, you end up with this. You got coordinated 10s. You take that, and that is a good position for Crait to be in because he does have the 10. He does have 2 open settlement spots right now. which, you know, you take rolled, you get 2 of those, you're up to 8 points. Not to mention the actual production increase. The 10 now becomes a rolled. You have 5-2 out. You can start dropping cities. You can pull VPs.
Correct.
Rolled is great for Crait here. And only really EBOX stands to challenge right now.
Yeah. I don't really think Tiger is in that contest yet until he lays some roads down.
He's
His
got no
network-
space unless you go up to that 9-12.
Yep. 9-12. So
Winter's also extremely limited on roads, and I think Winter's only could take road here if it were to win. You know, you road builds, road settle or something, and you have an extra VP. But it's
unlikely.
tough. It's tough. So it's really going to come down to that road production, and Crait should have that unlock. I mean, he's all over the brick. It's only really EBOX if the 3's roll or if he's somehow porting or putting a dev for it.
Yeah.
Should lead to an interesting endgame.
There's still a lot of dev cards left in the deck. So
Yep.
I don't see that many.
No, you see
Played already.
four knights out. EBOX has been holding these devs for a long time. 0 card meta, he cannot be robbed from. It's good for him. Now, whether the 9 comes out remains to be seen. Is he in a rush to play it? KOC does have a culture of slow playing knights to some extent, but whether it is actually advantageous to slow play in this position, that's another question. I haven't quite figured out the slow play meta yet.
And I think it varies among situations. I've definitely slow played knights before, especially in this league. But I think for EBOX, you know, THINK's production isn't really that good. It's really just the 6. And he's the only person really in contention for army. EBOX has no cards. He doesn't
Also
have to play
good
knights.
steals. If you want sheep right now, Winters has 2 sheep in hand and an ore. Not bad steals. You get a 6, you get a 4, you get a dev.
Yeah, I just think EBOX doesn't really care. He has the 4 coordinate 4 open.
Yeah.
He has his 8 wheat. The 9 will get unblocked eventually.
Yeah, he may not be in a rush, especially on 0
Exactly.
cards. The 9 is not going to make or break his game in this position. Okay, and Real Crait ports 2 brick for 2 wheat. EBOX rolls the 7. All right.
Wow.
See any
4 was
activity?
blocked to
One is
you.
deaf. One's
forced
definitely
down.
an
Talking.
online.
Yeah, I mean,
If he had 2 nights, he would have played it.
I think I just.
If he had 2 nights, he would have played.
Test the deaf.
Great.
I know. I think I have to.
You already tested my dev. What?
No.
It's
Yeah,
actually
of course you did.
Crait is
you
close
already
to
tested it.
6 points. Tiger's at 5 points.
Yeah, I just don't like
Oh,
that. I don't like
second.
the 3. The 3's just really.
Oh,
It's a really nice
come on,
card.
That hurts me so much.
I mean, I should have asked you for what your dev is.
Think you know that
You
is
already
online.
tested
Nice.
that, man. I have that since the beginning.
Well,
Hey, like,
yeah.
that
I
we
don't
don't know,
know,
Winters, that we
like,
don't
I'm
know.
not taking army or
I mean, it could be
road
VP, it could be mono, it could be something else.
Could be everything.
It's still
He's at
Winter.
7.
Could be at 7 points. I'm at 5. Like just a few
Yeah, but-
6s gets the seal.
That
I-
hurts me
I
so
think-
much more because he has the wood port. Like, you stole last time from me, so
It's
now
okay.
it's him.
All right.
No, Winters, like you're at 7 points, man.
Word.
Big 11. That's a big 11, actually. Wow, the 5. Here we go. It's heating up.
Yep, game's really picking up.
So, EBOX does choose to block the 3. Crait makes the comment. If he had 2 knights, he probably would have unblocked it, which is reasonable to assume. I think if you're only holding knights, there isn't much reason to not unblock. It's slightly different than if you only have the 1, and then you consider whether the 9 is your key role to unblock. Maybe not. Let's see. Blue Tiger's going to really try and get the settle down here. 8 cards in hand, most of it sheep. And EBOX does steal from Winters, and whether it's because he believed they were stronger or not, he did have good steals from Winters,
Sure.
likely to get the sheep. So it's not bad for him here, and you know, if Winters is at 7. The cities just stack upon each other. I mean, 6, 3, 11 puts you in a really sticky position where he can actually start to roll settle as well. And getting those final few points could actually really snowball.
Yeah, and I think maybe once Winters does city up, and I think EBOX wants to prevent that from happening. Winters is in a great spot. He said he's up.
Oh, the 4. Real Crait on 12 cards. He's rolled many 5s. Could be in a position to city 8-5-10. Could be in a position to settle.
Yeah, I'd probably just sit at 8-5-10 first.
Yep. Blue Tiger probably not plowing. He does have rolls for it though. Whether he would take it is another question. I think the plow only really worth if you go for the 8-10. Would be my general position on it.
True. If
you can get
Tiger
8-10,
can
you're
go to
massive.
8-10.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get 8-10, you're in a great spot, and you can even fight for road.
Yep, for sure. But Crait on 12 cards here, he can definitely do something. Wants to offer brick for wood. There is plenty of brick on the board. I mean, EBOX has excess here. Brick for wheat. Just trying to save himself the 2 for 1. Now, EBOX does have the 2 brick in hand. He has the ore. He has the wheat. He might even have the sheep from the steal last time. He only had no cards in hand when he got whatever he stole from Winters. 50% chance that is sheep, which would lead to another dev, or potentially the settle, depending on what rolls here. The 9, the 3 would enable the settlement. Another 4 would be another city. Could get spicy here. Big rolls coming up this orbit, I think. What does Real Crait do here? What the hell does Real Crait do? So much stuff.
You should actually build your own network on the lower part. I don't know, because that gives you.
Yeah, I think Real Crait should city.
You can actually.
If you can, I guess. Maybe
Yeah.
you can.
Love the city there. Strong. There is a potential. I mean, the rolled status right now, not super scary. He just has it in hand. Yeah.
Wow.
Lovely city.
I
8-5-10.
don't know
Now
why it took
that's.
so long.
Yeah, right. I think he was trying to get something else done on the same turn. So he drops the city, offering 2 sheep for an ore. I guess he's trying to put a dev here.
I think this is probably targeted to
EBOX, huh?
yeah. That's maybe Winters. I don't know. Oh, that's a dev.
Okay.
Wow.
Port 6 cards, empty card meta down to 0 after dropping a second city.
Ooh, the 6 pops.
Big 6. And EBOX actually, sorry, Real Crait, the only player with 2 cities on the board right now, which is interesting.
Wow. No, Tiger has 2.
Yeah, sorry, you're right.
All good.
Big 6 roll. And well, what does the EBOX do? 8 wood plow is still a thing. Yeah, it's true. Crait could plow the 3-1 on the 8. Could be done.
Yeah, he probably maybe he does that for road play. But
Yeah.
I think I'd much rather make a deal with Tiger to not plow and
Right.
get something out of Tiger in exchange to not plow.
EBOX has the dev, so he did steal the sheep. That explains why he didn't want to do the trade with Real Crait. He already had it in hand. This is an interesting position. He does not play a knight. He's not worried about the aggro. The 2 is actually a big roll for EBOX, man. Wow.
Well,
Okay.
GG, Ebox.
Yeah, GG EBOX. THINK Winters. Wow, the 3 block. That's
massive.
impactful. That's big for EBOX. It's honestly big for Winters too. And the block is colossal on this board. Blue Tiger full wanting to buy a dev in this position. And Real Crait rolls a 7. Okay.
That's tough for Real Crait. He just went in orbit without getting
0 cards.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's rough.
Yeah, so EBOX actually hasn't really been forced to play his devs out yet. The one time he was blocked, he did roll the 7. On top of that, he had 0 cards in hand. So there's about as little information on those devs as we could expect to see at this point in the game.
Yeah. And we're probably seeing a knight here.
If multiple knights, you always play the knight here, that's for sure. You got to start putting some pressure on Winters, who is now on assumed either 7 or 6 with mono and an extra dev, which we don't know. This could get spicy here. Now, who does EBOX decide to block? Because Real Crait could have road settle potentially for 9 points. If he has a VP.
True. Very true.
Yeah, we hope so.
There is a world where he could,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
then-
with the right
I mean,
rolls.
if you think so, Eric, it's
Yeah,
fine.
10-10,
Yeah.
maybe a
Let's go.
5
Guys here.
would do it. He could road settle.
I mean,
to
Crait,
win
the wood's
Right.
like an automatic rob, right?
Yeah, dangerous.
Yeah.
This
I
one we
doubt
take it.
that. I don't know if 10-10-5 gives him the win this turn.
Or
I don't think it does.
If you block me and
Not
steal,
sure.
you don't test Winter's Death. So, and you want him to play a knight.
Yeah.
Stolen from EBOX.
Alright.
Okay.
3 seconds.
do that. It's fine.
EBOX plays
And then you
knight.
steal again.
Oh, okay,
for
well, it's the
the
same
third
night.
time, and-
He's got a
Yeah,
knight.
what
If
the
he's
hell?
got a knight,
Winter's
I'll-
complaining about the steal here,
That's fine.
but that's interesting. So Winter's
why are they
informed of the knight.
Also goes to the
Well, he's gonna
4.
show me a
and
knight,
steals
that's
the
fine.
Tiger's Death Pride.
Like,
Ooh.
He's got a
Nice.
knight. That's fine. If he's got a knight. That's fine.
Oh wow, this
Okay.
3.
like
I would
then
love to
he
see
could
the
be at
dice
7
stats
points,
after
right?
this.
Big. Okay. So Winters rolls the 7. He's on 7 cards, so again, does not have to reveal the dev. He has the wheat in hand, which is big. Now, where are you blocking his Winters? I think the 4 generally is kind of the scariest roll to exist right now. That's such a conglomerate of ore collectors there on the 4. It's all 3 of them waiting for it to roll. That's, yeah, you don't really want that to exist if possible as Winters. Okay, nice. And our Zoom meeting has yet again ended. Winters hits the 8, hits EBOX. Okay. Oh, the 3. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane 3s. Rolled building from Blue Tiger. Rolled building from Blue Tiger. The 10 pops. The 3s have been rolling. Man, what a couple of turns that you missed.
Well,
Wild.
we just saw it just now. We
Yep.
talked about it earlier, Dave. The 9-12 road
Yep.
build happened.
Did happen. Secures it. A little bit of space for Blue Tiger to drop some rolls potentially. And now EBOX, Real Crait with 2 rolls in hand. Now theoretically, the Yop does give you the plow and the 3-1 if you want it. But whether that is worth it for Real Crait, I don't know. Whether he has a Yop, I also don't know.
Just not enough dev information yet.
Yeah, this is getting dangerous, and also Winters looks scarier than he may actually be just as a result of having rolled 7 on his turn, and not having to play out the second dev. So he's told the table he has a knight, so he's actually essentially at 7. Okay. Now 6, 11, 12 also happened from Winters, I believe, pretty much instantaneously. That was actually last orbit. Wait.
No, it happened a long time ago, right? 6, 7, 12.
That happened really under the radar. I feel like he didn't even talk about it. Yeah, he just dropped it down.
Yeah, I
3 and
noticed
11
it
popped.
very early on in the game, but I feel like it's not that big of a impact spot, so I didn't really bring it up.
Yeah, no, I definitely. I mean, I think it would have come up on the radar. I suppose it was kind of, you just kind of expect him to get that spot. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Chat think
Somewhat
should have
great.
plowed to rolled builder with the. It should have plowed to A10 with the rolled builder. Should wait for rolled steel play. 9-12 has a lot of value here though for Blue Tiger. I mean, it gets you access to, well, the 9-12. Firstly, another settlement spot when you are building to 10 is huge, but more space for rolled. You got space around the desert and around the wheat port side now. Rolled for sheep wheat with Blue Tiger. So he trades for the settle. I guess he will settle on the 3-1. Do you go 3-1 or you go to 8-10 here?
I think you go, but 8.
The thing is, I feel like any roll that you hit essentially allows you to settle pretty quickly afterwards anyway.
I would agree. I think I would go 8-10.
Oh,
Wow.
here we
Takes
go.
road.
Okay, wait, something's happening. They must have come to some kind of agreement about that.
That's safe
That's
play.
too late.
True.
Yeah.
I think I would go 8-10, Dave.
Yeah.
I just
We
think
call us
getting a bit
7
more
now.
production.
Yeah.
It gets you the.
Yeah.
You're tripling up on those 10 anyways, and you get another 8 wood tile.
Yeah, big block.
Block.
Yeah. And Tiger's not going to plow you on the 3-for-1 port up north.
Right.
But yeah. Now we have the 8 rolling again. The 8
Yeah.
wheat is blocked.
Yeah,
Massive.
big. And EBOX monos wheat. Here we go.
Why did I fucking trade?
The new Monopoly man.
Yeah, it's just
Real Crait now questioning why he traded for wheat in the first place. Well, now he's basically given Blue Tiger a rolled, lost a wheat. He basically traded a road away for a sheep and then took road and chose not to settle. That is the worst possible outcome. It doesn't. That's something. Yeah, so he's
I
not
wonder
happy.
what EBOX does here. With 8
Right,
wheat in hand,
right.
plus the own in his hand, probably.
So of course EBOX did pull a mono here. Where does this go? Look, you can commit to more devs. You can try and get another city down. You can just go for the settle dev. 8 wheat's not bad here. In fact, back-to-back threes did enable that. Stealing the wheat from Crait there that he does need, it actually makes it even sweeter. Right in this position, Crait actually has settle for game. Quite likely.
True. But the one thing I do think about, though, Dave, is that, maybe that wheat mono, it's decently defensive against Crait. He could double sell the win. But I wonder if EBOX could have held it.
Yeah, I mean, we're starting to get into the stage of the game where every turn you don't hold it, every turn you don't play it, you may potentially be losing value, falling behind. You really got to evaluate here when you have the mono. What are the roles that you actually want to take? And maybe if the 4's rolling, you're gonna want to take that. But a lot of wheat on the board generally is really bad for you, I think, as EBOX here. Those 3's rolling activates Blue Tiger pretty effectively, activates Crait, activates Winters. More importantly, the fact that Winters on 7 with open settle can drop a city on the 693. And potentially, actually, I mean, with 4 wheat in hand there, or even 3, you could get 2 cities on the board in pretty sharp fashion, which is very scary.
Agreed. And that's why I was saying it's a pretty decently good defensive mono for
Defensive,
EBOX.
yeah. Defensive and offensive, nicely for him. He gets the dev and a city,
Correct.
while also potentially, continuing to put pressure on Winters. And take away their own ability to defend army, which has some significance here. So the 7 rolls, is there any argument to make that it's not definitely EBOX? I don't know. Real Crait right now, the road is not secure by any means.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the 10 locks it almost.
I think a 10 and a 5 roll here wins Real Crait the game, though.
It may. We have a roll here. Ooh.
There we
Ice
go.
with a soft edge.
Now we need a 10.
10 could be it.
10 could be the game, yeah, I think.
Blue Tiger
10.
settles.
Oh. Nice
Ooh.
roll. Nice block. It's a clutch block.
Oh yeah, that's a fucking nice
Close
block.
to a
actually.
city.
I think this
That
is
was
where
a
Real
clutch
Crait
block, yeah.
settles on the 8-10 and maybe extends road
Yeah,
if he can. But that's asking for a lot with only 7 cards in hand.
for sure. I'm going to try and get as much of the VC now in this back half as possible. I think we probably have about maybe 3 orbits, something like that. Yeah, really close here.
Thinking how to build another road here.
Right, he does have a road in hand.
5 just rolled, right? So you should have 3 bricks.
Yes, but I also want to settle.
I have a wood for you if you need to build the road.
Wait.
Please go road and settle.
Don't do it, Winters. Make him waste
I
it.
know, I know.
Don't give him the settlement.
I
like,
just want to get a break out of him.
Then we've got to feed Tiger Road.
Yeah, because he can win on his turn. Like if you give him the
Yeah,
settlement.
he's got open settle now. You never do that.
Yeah.
Unless you've got a mono, you can take cards out of his hand.
No, even then it's risky,
No.
right? Like, a
Like
10 and
it's
5 is
risky because Real Crait has 2 more. Yeah, really risky.
4 orbits. I mean, 4 rolls, right? So
Looks
I
like
mean,
he's taking
my
his
game's
chance.
slow and steady. Like, yeah, maybe I can connect, but
Dude, chill.
it's gonna be
Slow and
production.
steady.
He's gonna be on 9.
You
He's
just
gonna be
need 2 9s probably.
Just
on 2
like
9s. Yeah, no, not quite, but they're
Ooh,
9 points.
9
You're
points.
concerned with
now you guys give me road.
8
no,
best.
no, not 9 points.
Hmm.
All right, well he's got a mono then.
Ooh.
Wouldn't I have mono till wheat? Take it from you.
I think
Sorry.
he has winning.
Nah,
You guys
don't
have
mono
to feed me road.
for wheat.
Save the brick.
So
Yeah,
Eric is only wheat now.
I mean, if you
Yeah.
don't give, but it's
Like I
it's
can
over.
trade wheat. I'm happy to trade it.
Oh,
Looks like
I
no
mean,
knight from EBOX
I
here.
don't get a city soon, so
You need 4 roads. So.
Okay. Mr. Chapha. Looks like real Crait is just on 9 with settle to win. The 8 rolled.
Yeah, that's what the situation currently looks like.
Very risky. Look, maybe probably no knight from EBOX, which is bad for the table, because he could just be get a city down very quickly. EBOX with another city here is pretty much GG. Only really Crait is close enough to challenge. Blue Tiger needs to be fed rolled, which is also very risky. Then they have 2 open settlement spots, and they can also settle pretty quickly. This is it's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be very tough. They need to figure out a way to stop real Crait, because he has rolls to win. I mean, the 5 just straight up wins. 10 also, I believe. Maybe.
It's tough. It's tough to stop Crait, and I think Blue Tiger is going to need maybe back-to-back 9s to take road with some help. Right.
Yep. What happens if Blue Tiger takes road by pointing right? It's an interesting question. I guess then real Crait just goes for the settle.
Yeah, goes for the settle. And then he tries to extend in the middle. You can connect those 2 roads on the 10
Right.
wood.
Ooh, the yacht from EBOX.
Wow.
Okay. 10-9-2, here we go. Oh, baby.
Ooh.
That is some
That's
real
8
production.
points.
So much production. Yep. It looks like 8 for EBOX. Settle City for game. And another 8.
Ooh,
Oh,
that is not
wow.
good. They need a 7 out now, I think. But
Yeah,
that's terrible
but
for Tiger, though.
well. The 8 is a rolled for Tiger. Don't forget, with the Woodport, he does have a rolled for each 8 that pops. So another 9, an 8, maybe a sheep roll could give him up to 3 rolls. Could even give him the rolled settle. Yeah, to plow.
Wow.
And take rolled. Could put you at 9 points. I'm not sure if the table would feed that, though. It's a tricky situation, because then Tiger is at 9 with open settle, and you can't do anything about that one. It's just really difficult here.
Yeah.
Comes down to rolled and very limited space, so micromanaging the rolls is really important here. Where do they go? Who is contributing? Are people porting for it themselves? Do you want to make it cheaper for Tiger? Do you want to help Tiger at all? Don't feed Tiger, let him do it himself. He has the resources for it. Right now, with 6 wood in hand, he does not have road settle. So they may have to come to a decision on what they think is better for the table. And when I say they, I mean basically EBOX and Winters. Let's see. Blue Tiger is taking Winters taking his time here.
And
I mean, it's about your. Like, I
So you
cannot.
don't have sheep,
I have.
I thought it was
I
a
think it's
5.
really
but-
interesting
have a
here. I
sheep.
think maybe Winters is thinking
Yeah.
but only
about
one.
a wheat mono, maybe. Then that kind of allows Tiger to extend without settling,
Right.
which isn't terrible. Crait still has 2 rolls after this, mind you, but taking that wheat out of his hand does help.
Yes, for sure.
I mean, that.
Just
Right?
If I can
Maybe
get a
wood's
free
better,
wood,
though.
I
There's
do
more
it.
wood on the
We can
table.
do this for
So-
time.
We must be getting sued. This might be the final orbit, so I
Like,
gotta
it's not
catch
just
this
time.
on
I'm
audio.
helping you guys.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Passes.
Oh.
Is it
You
really
will get a
helping me?
9.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
can
always
make
goes
it
with
even like a more efficient road if you want. I got brick.
I think you should not trade Eric.
No.
A settle. Nah,
You
that's
can't do that.
I'm giving
Put
out.
him on
That's-
9.
giving him the perfect settlement, man.
I'm
That's
not
9
settling.
points for
I've
sure.
got settle in hand anyways.
I'm just building.
Yeah, but
roads.
you have to spend all your cards for the settle then.
Eric,
I mean,
not.
I'm doing it it doesn't change that much. I just want to make it maybe a little more efficient for I mean, I can
You do it.
I can
I'm
do
not-
one. I can do that. Let's do that. I think that makes more sense.
I mean, you get a settlement too, right? Like brick.
Yeah,
just-
If that happens,
Like, I
Tiger
can-
wins, basically.
That's why I want to take it out of your hand. Two.
That's gonna put me over. Oh no,
No,
yeah,
no.
it's just.
Two for two.
I'm giving you brick.
2 for 2.
at least, yeah, that brings one brick, the bricks out of his hand. That's, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Uh,
Like, it's helping you as well,
It
right?
gives him a
Fine.
dev card probably, but yeah,
it might. Yeah,
an
it's
additional dev.
it's a nice.
GG,
It's a little
Eric.
more actionable. I know. Yeah, it is.
GG.
Yeah, it was GG. Yeah.
Is that the road settle? I'm not sure.
He
I don't
needs
think
two
so.
roads.
Ooh.
GG, Eric.
So Tiger locks road. The 10 pops for Crait.
Yeah, probably he wins. Yeah. Unless you mono, if you have it. Mono the brick.
Sheesh. Oh boy.
Said I'm not on 9 points.
Wow. So he held the mono.
Yeah, mono is a point. It's a pointless.
It's not
No,
this
it's not in
time,
this.
right?
It's not. It's not like. Yeah.
I mean, if I don't build roads, I think you win there, right, Eric?
I'm not sure that was the right mono though.
No, I'm not sure either. But I
Maybe
had to
wheat
play it
was
right.
better, or wood.
I think
Oh, no,
just
you
had to
have
play it.
Interesting
Okay.
mono by real.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I am not sure I feel about that. Settle 10 circle 5-6 to win. Circle it and then to 5-6. Right. But it doesn't win, does it? Because you actually don't have a VP here.
Yeah, and he can't even take back road on the 10 side, on the northeastern side.
Yeah,
He
so
would
if
have to
he
go south.
if he goes around the 10 and then goes to the left is what chat's saying, he'd go to a maximum of 9. Road's not locked, but he can go to 9. Maximum, I'm pretty sure.
Gotcha.
Tricky. What does a Crait do with 16 cards here? Difficult.
Yeah, he needs to settle on that 3-for-1 port too, because if Tiger
Yeah.
settles there, he loses that spot as well.
True. Double settle wins for Tiger. So all Tiger needs to do in this position is keep road safe and
Settle.
that's interesting. So does real Crait? Is he going for road this way? Wow.
I think so. That's a possibility. The south side, definitely.
Wow. Now that's interesting. That's interesting. He actually has a little bit more space down here, but how many roads can he build? 5 spent, 10 total. He can go 210. Ah, okay. Now I like 6-2. Does a lot for Crait's game in the setup, and at least a sheep port is a nice activation for that 5 roll. And the 5s become really spooky. Especially if you settle 5-2, then a 5 just becomes 2 roads. I don't know how much time you expect to have here. But that's interesting.
Yeah.
Road, settle.
I think if I'm Crait here, I'd probably settle on the 5-2. I think he would have done it by now, though.
Yeah,
He wants to buy dev now. Empty his hand, I think.
right. Ooh, that 5. Right now, it's very, very close. I think EBOX is in a great position. Blue Tiger just needs to settle and keep road. Crait needs to take road. And Winters, it seems, is still on 6 with the Knight. Has not been challenged for army at all, really. In fact, since the beginning of the game, no one has played a second Knight.
Yeah, quite interesting. There's only 5 knights played.
Okay, here we go. EBOX settles
Settle.
for 9. Big. Another 5 for real Crait. This might be the turn, you know.
I think Tiger has to extend here.
Right now with
But-
2 5s, that is that 3 roads? That's 3 roads in hand from the 5. 2 5s.
Wow,
Amazing.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
I think this game is ending within the orbit. I think we literally have one more orbit all round, and I don't think it's going to be Winters. The monos are out, right?
I mean, if Tiger does extend one more road, Crait needs, 3 more roads to win? And a settle? That might not be in the realm
But
of
the rolls are
possibility.
so colossal. I mean, if you hit to 10 here, you are doing everything the world has to offer. I mean, it's just so crazy.
Yeah.
Whew. 14 cards. Yeah, Crait is max 10 rolls. So whether Tiger can actually cover up that gap is the question, because one thing Crait does do is produce a lot of roads. A lot. So Tiger's got to put in a lot of work to keep roads here long term. And there might not be a long term.
And that's what we mentioned in the beginning, Dave. Like, you have that monopoly on brick.
Yeah.
You get the 8-10 expansion. You have the wood and brick to pair with it. He just needs a space. That's the
Yep.
thing.
Yeah, and look, I mean, in this position, you still have 2 open settle spots. You can still drop cities with pretty good efficiency. So the road play exists, but you can also just build to 10 probably quicker or as quickly as Tiger, depending on the rolls. Your 5s and 10s are so explosive here.
Agreed. But I think at that point, EBOX probably wins. He just needs a.
It's all about that 9. I mean, he needs to get the ore.
Yeah.
Yep. So I don't think it's the time. Well, funnily enough, there's as many as 2 VPs in the deck, and actually, from what Winters has said, there could be 3 VPs in the deck. Pretty untested dev deck. A lot of sheep out there. No monos. Okay, wood for brick with Crait settles. You would assume for 9, but we have been told by Winters that this is a knight. So, yeah. We probably do have to catch up on the VC. Oh boy.
Okay. And a 3.
All right. Like
I have
I've got
2
wood. Yeah,
Can
we-
you
we
give me all your woods, like, so I can? I'm just extending.
Yeah,
If
like
you're
I mean, keep.
expanding, I can.
Yeah, if you're gonna clear your
I have
hand,
2 wood.
Yeah, I'll end up with 0 cards.
I mean,
Okay.
the problem is
So,
now, like, if
give me all
Think's
the-
really on 9, he might win with a 6, or he's really close.
Hmm.
I have 2 wood. That's all I can give.
Do you have a sheep? Two sheep,
I
Winters?
do have 2 sheep as well, but
Can
I
you
need ore
just so
then. And no.
Like,
Nah.
like I mean, the 6 kind of wins. It might actually win the game.
I think
but
you
it's
should
really
ask
close.
Eric for stuff, and then
Could be the 6 here.
like Eric should give us stuff.
Yeah, I'm happy to. Like, if
talk
you-
to Blue
if you're-
Tiger, talk to Blue Tiger before you trade and say that he's not allowed to double settle here.
He said he will go for the.
He's just pushing road.
for
He's
the-
pushing road.
I'm not
road.
double.
Okay.
I need. So wait, you can go to 10 roads. I need like 2 roads.
Like I've got 3 wood.
What do you have, Blue Tiger? You have 1 wheat and
I'm
Oh,
not
wood?
winning. I'm just extending roads. So Eric,
What are your cards? What are your
no,
cards?
just. what do you-
I'm gonna build 2 roads.
But like you're
you
gonna
can
have
do
cards
that
left.
with
1
this.
second.
Like, do you have a sheep?
You're at 9 points, Eric. I cannot give you like the
No.
right, and 9 anyway gives you the win. So
No, it doesn't.
9 or 4. So
No, just keep putting roads down.
it's just saving my 2 points.
Okay.
here.
Blocks
yeah,
Crait out the
we gotta
road.
protect it, right?
Okay.
It's probably
It's
better.
a
If
9
Crait-
anyway now, right?
Road is gone.
Yeah, but
Road
you're
is
going
done.
to 9 points now, so.
I am.
Ooh.
Yes, I think
Fine.
you can just double settle if you roll a 10. That's easy double settle.
Winters might have the win here.
But
Is that game? My God, I think this
Hmm,
thing.
yeah.
Does he have it? I think he
Crait?
might. No,
Probably
well, if you've
No,
got
he
unless
can
you pull
pull
the
a-
unless you pull the
2 settlements and pull.
maybe you didn't
for
pull the VP. All right.
That's crazy.
Winters has at least 2 devs in
yeah,
hand.
I have it?
If not the city.
I don't know. Well, I mean, I guess
Yeah.
you said you're seeing it at a night, so
I have a knight. Yes.
Right.
a night.
still has a
Okay,
night.
never
Okay.
mind.
As I said.
Also
Usually
learn.
you don't
Okay.
want to be
Yeah.
maxing out 5 settlements
Yeah, okay, that road is locked. Look.
in the
Yep.
game. You want to city up first, but it might work out here for Winters.
Yeah, right now, I think it's between Crait and the EBOX. Honestly, I feel like Crait in this position can probably get the knight that if he can double settle here, and it's not actually clear to me, he might have settle pull, which is pretty big in this position. Winters on 8 with a knight. Okay, settle in hand. All right. Blue Tiger needs double settle here. It might not happen instantly. There's still. I mean, Winters said he has a knight, so there's 3 VPs in the deck. With a settle on the 5-2 to slam it home, I think Dev is pretty attractive in this position. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has the extra brick to port. The 5 popped.
Yeah.
Pop for a VP. You settle to win whenever. That's seems like Crait can still definitely win without taking road. So nice position for him.
What a fantastic game, by the way.
Yeah, no surprise that this one was gonna get broken down as far as possible by these really analytical players, and it is going the distance. It seems we are fairly likely. Winters quite likely to go to 9 points this turn. EBOX already at 9. Tiger settle for 9. Double settle for 10. Real Crait settle for 9. And so many VPs out there. EBOX could be looking for a pull to win. Right now, he doesn't have a role for it. In fact, there is no winning role at all for EBOX. Both models out though, which is quite nice. It's an interesting end game dynamic when you know that the cards can only be stolen by getting, well, you get stolen from. You can't get monoed. It's a big difference.
Yeah, and there's actually still a lot of knights left in the deck too. So
Yeah, there's a lot of everything. So Crait can put pressure on army. He
Oh,
does
is that the
pull.
win? Is that the win? He pulled. Did he pull the VP?
GG.
GG. They just called it.
Really?
No, it's not a
Oh,
VP.
wow.
Oh, Crait says no. Okay.
He wouldn't
on.
be
Okay.
Come
so
on.
rude and wait for us.
I mean, it's likely a knight, right? There's a lot of
Wow,
knights
that's
left.
interesting.
Let us
So
wait.
what's he
It's
got?
not a
Got
mono.
the other Yop?
It's
Yeah,
not a
interesting.
knight.
I know,
Sorry, it's
yops
not a
are
VP.
out, I think.
The 9,
Wow.
8, man.
Yops could be
What are
up,
the
yeah.
numbers?
Okay,
Wow.
9. Yeah, he's got 9.
I don't know. I need 8.
I mean, he needs a city to win. Like,
I'm
nice
in the
Ooh.
VC here.
Nice
Ooh, the 12.
12.
Nice 12.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really,
that figures
this
it. The
is
dice are
cool.
gonna go cold on me here. I don't know. Just that's gonna.
So Winters, before you roll, can you block
Winters
the
has
5 brick
city.
if you have
Yeah,
a 9?
Mm,
Not a bad block.
but the 4 is like the 5 brick as well, right? So he
4
gets
doesn't
2
win for
or
me.
from.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
but he
has
needs a
knight, he'll-
city anyway, so I think that's.
I mean, if he has a
Ooh.
knight, he'll block it, right? Anyway, so
I think you got a break of his hand now at least.
I mean, no use saving
I
the
don't
knight.
need any brick anymore. So.
I mean, I think the 5. He's got 2
You
8.
need
He
only
could
2
do
cities, right?
Or maybe you
Here we
should have
go.
blocked the
City
8
for
before
Winters.
that, yeah. It hurts
Wow.
both Eric and.
Final orbit must be.
Okay.
Getting so
Yeah.
I
close.
don't know.
We-
I'd consider playing a knight to be honest.
Yeah, but why should
Maybe
I play a knight?
Maybe he doesn't have a
like-
knight.
So we are looking at an orbit where EBOX now has the 9 to win. Winters has potentially 6 and 3 to win. Blue Tiger has just hit the 8, so he has rolls to settle here for sure. Real Crait is already at 9 with a dev, playable dev, guaranteed, and rolls, but 2 rolls before then. This is very, very, very dangerous.
Yeah. Okay. So this is
Big
going
7.
to 5 brick.
Big
Tiger was
7.
talking about it.
Yeah,
So. But the
difficult
thing
call
is,
though here. Winter's so close.
Yeah,
EBOX
Winters is
so
close. It's tough.
EBOX has just roll to win, like straight up. If the 9 rolls, GG. You just lose.
Yeah. And Crait is actually maxed out at settlements.
Yep.
So.
Yeah,
He
but the
needs
five
to be up.
becomes a dev every single time with
Yeah.
that sheet port. It's very, very dangerous.
That's crazy.
Yep, 5 is just
Cheap
dev.
port, brick port, right?
Hits the 8. Okay,
Probably
And-
takes from Crait here.
does take
Yeah.
from Crait.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, if I think if I'm Tiger here, I just settle.
Yeah, yeah. This is just. I mean, roll is not being contested here. This is nuts. I think actually we could expect everyone apart from the winner to end on 9 points here.
Yeah, amazing.
Here we go.
Yeah, he's
that
gonna
must be it.
settle. Yeah, he's gonna settle for the 9th point. Blue
There
Tiger
we go.
does.
Oh boy, everyone's at 9. Real
Great
Crait
game.
should have a knight here. If he doesn't have a knight, I think it might be, maybe it's a road builder, which is truly the worst possible dev in this position.
It could be a Yop, right? Did we play the Yops yet? Played.
We've seen at least one. I don't know if there's a second one. Someone called the ops were
Big
out.
game
No.
pitches.
Oh,
Okay.
it's
Game.
GG.
It was a yo.
Okay.
oh, it was a Yop.
Oh.
Real Crait has the Yop
You
here
need-
to win.
You get a city
You just
now?
announced.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Gee.
Told you.
Oh.
I called
Perfect
that. I
time from
called
the
that
8 as
too. I
well.
called it when he
the
settled.
Yops-
That was
the
a
Yops-
Yop.
The Yops are odd.
I was
I
waiting
called it.
for.
One was out. I wasn't
Wow. So actually, if Crait
Wow.
lose a wheat to that steal,
Roll 9. Look
this
at
was
that.
not-
he
Oh,
cannot win there.
Oh,
1
I got
hour
more
and
than what I
44
wanted.
minutes.
9 points.
Yeah.
Good lord. What a game.
Fantastic game.
What a game. And immediately looking at the rolls, actually pretty bell curve, man. And so the smaller numbers dominated. Clearly, the 4s, 5s, 6s all performed much better than the 8, 9, 10.
Yep.
resource production pretty similar across the board. Winter slightly less on the feast or famine. Dev wise, Crait only bought the 3, no VPs, and there was still 3 VPs left in the deck. Wow,
That's insane.
so many devs left. 8 knights, 1 rolled builder, 3 VPs.